Hi guys, this is Klazart bringing another audio commentary, and this time I'm commentating on Game 4 of the Pro League playoffs between STX and OGN. Both teams playing for a spot in the semi-finals. We've got Go.Go in the red at the top left-hand corner of the map, playing Terran at the 11 o'clock position, and we've got Shuttle playing Protoss in white for STX at the 1 o'clock position. Obviously STX in a spot of bother, having lost the 2v2 in what was an exciting and close matchup, and interesting statistics there. Having lost the 2v2 in an exciting and close matchup, are now one game behind, so they'll want to win this and keep it level at 2-2. They wouldn't want to give STX the lead going into Game 4. Looks like a very early scout out. Okay, just a probe. I have to again confess that I haven't seen a game on this map previously. This is the first time I think I'm watching a game on Wuthering Heights, so it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to enjoying it. But I thought we were going to see an early scout from the Protoss player. Not seeing that. These two guys are interesting players to be seen on this matchup, on this map, considering that this is, relatively speaking, the worst matchup for both these players. Shuttle is so Shuttle, just again to converse, Shuttle is playing Protoss in white for STX, and Go.Go is playing Terran in red at the 11 o'clock position. So yeah, this is the weakest matchup for both these players in terms of Shuttle having quite an appalling Protoss versus Terran record, and Go.Go similarly having a disastrous Terran versus Protoss record. So it's ironic that the coaches have decided to put them in on this map, put these two players in. I wonder how July would have fared again if he hadn't been in the 2v2 versus either of these players. Looks like we are going to be seeing a Nexus going up straight away for Shuttle. Obviously the possibility of protecting your base is easier on this map, but still a little bit of a risk going for that expansion, especially considering that Go.Go has gone, looks like he'll be putting up his factory soon. It's just a question of scouting. If Go.Go can scout this early on, he should be able to put the pressure on Shuttle and hurt his economy. Obviously if Shuttle can go undetected, the longer he goes undetected, the more it's going to work out well for him. And Go.Go looks like he's scouting in the wrong direction. Unfortunately for him, he's scouting in a counterclockwise direction. Shuttle now sending his probe out. He's going to scout in the correct direction. Go.Go sending a second SCV out, realizing it's vital to get a scout to see what his opponent is up to. I think we might be seeing possibly a gateway, or is that a forge gone up in the middle? We'll just find out now in a second if they click on it. Meanwhile, a similar, so I would guess the gateway has also gone up for Shuttle. Meanwhile, Go.Go has put up his factory. Shuttle, also known as Yunjung, has been performing reasonably well this season. He's made it quite a long way into the stages of the GOM-TV Intel Classic. That's the new StarCraft tournament that's taken birth this year, and he's made it a good distance in that. So that probe just being ushered away. Interesting, a supply depot being constructed at the bottom left-hand corner of the map by Go.Go, and he looks like he might be committing himself to energy. He's sending all of his SCVs out. Are we going to see some sort of a mad rush here to try and break his opponent's defense very early on? And it does look like he's committing all of his SCVs with a couple of Marines. This is almost reminiscent of what we saw July do in the OSL finals. That Marine just keeping that probe out of sight so that his opponent doesn't see the SCVs coming and doesn't have time to pull the probes off the line. I think the forge is probably up by now. The factory is up. He still kept a decent number of SCVs back, but he's really committing himself, trying to get a barracks up. He's going to have more SCVs coming. There are 5 or 6 probes, unfortunately, for Go.Go's rush. Already mining at that. One probe already goes down to the SCVs. SCVs obviously quite useful in a battle, and looks like he's probably going to be able to get that bunker up. Now Go.Go brings in the probes, and this first Marine's battle, and the bunker is up. He's only got 1 Marine, and that bunker is within range of the gateways as well as the Nexus, and immediately the probes all retreat. There are 2 gateways up there, but the vultures are going to be arriving any second now, and Shuttle is in huge trouble here because he's invested so much into that, and you've got to give a lot of credit to Go.Go. He spotted, and I said it straight away that I thought this was a risky strategy. You can fast expand so in such a cavalier manner, maybe against a Zerg if you put a forge down and scout early enough, but he did scout. He didn't know anything. He went straight for the 14 Nexus. Had his opponent not scouted it, and you've got to give a lot of credit to Go.Go for the timing of his scout. Dragoon now out. He did have that. He did have his assimilator going up earlier, so he's got a cybernetics core, he's got Dragoon up, and he's undoubtedly researching Dragoon range, but I think he's going to really struggle to defend this Nexus. Those SCVs hammering away at the Nexus as well. He's pulled most of his SCVs back now. He's going to return them to his economy while he continues to pour Marines into that Nexus, and I really don't think he's going to be able to get Dragoon range upgrade time. I don't even see that cybernetics core spinning. Now pushing forward with the Vultures and the SCVs, trying to catch one of the Dragoons off guard, and that Dragoon almost gets picked off. Shuttle manages to pull it back in time, but he's definitely lost his Nexus. He's lost his fast expansion, and now he's hugely behind. Obviously, Go.Go did commit a lot of SCVs to that attack, and that would have hampered his economy slightly. Trying to break through the front door now. There is a single Zealot with 3 Dragoons. I don't think he's got enough to break in. I think he should be content. I think he should probably build a second bunker perhaps in line. Obviously that Dragoon range now being researched at the Cybernetics core, which will allow, I think, if he can get that machine shop up and get some spider mines in place, that will really box his opponent in and allow him to really take control of this game. But you've got to give a massive advantage to Shuttle earlier on this game, to Go.Go earlier on this game, and looks like OGN in prime position now. And I would guess that machine shop is researching spider mines, and I would guess that OGN are in prime position to take a 3-1 lead in this matchup, putting a lot of pressure onto Game 5 for STX. He's now pulled almost all of his SCVs back. I think he could have done with leaving one just for repair to just slow down those Dragoons a little bit more. Once that Dragoon range is upgraded, we're going to see a pushing out, and looks like he's just trying to push out, but those Marines and Vultures just keeping Shuttle at bay, keeping him boxed in, and this has got to be incredibly frustrating for him after the way he got it. But you have to say it was huge. He lost a gateway and a nexus. I'm not sure if you can come back from that kind of loss at this level of StarCraft. The spider mines almost completed research, and it's just a question of seconds here that are going to make the difference. If he can get those spider mines down, it's going to be incredibly difficult. And now the spider mines are down. They're not necessarily. I think he could have taken the risk of pushing them a little bit further, but those Dragoons are going to be able to come out. And unfortunately, those Dragoons not able to get within range of the racks. I thought the spider mines were too close to the bunker, and that the Dragoons would probably still be able to get in range and pick that bunker off. But looks like he's not able to do that. He's obviously built a 3rd gateway, which is now his 2nd gateway. So he's got 2 gateways up there, and he's pumping Dragoons like there's no tomorrow, getting that robotics facility up as well. Obviously, considering that he's stuck in a bad position, it's really allowed now Go.Go to get his economy up and running. He's taking his natural expo. Meanwhile, I think he's making a mistake. I think he could have afforded, after he got that machine, after he got the spider mines, I think he should have kept the pressure up, gotten a siege tank out. Now those Dragoons have got the range upgrade, and they're within range. The Zealot takes the first spider mine, and the Dragoons are within range of the bunkers. The bunker gets taken out, and some decent micro from it's important for Shuttle now to try and put some pressure on Go.Go, because he is in huge trouble right now. But there are loads and loads of spider mines all over the place, and one of the Dragoons dying to the spider mines. So unfortunately for Shuttle, he is still trapped in his natural expo, but he should at the very least be able to take his natural expo, put an expansion down. But I think for him, it's going to be a struggle to catch up with the economy. He really has to almost commit himself to an attack here and hope his opponent doesn't have much in the way of siege tanks and ground forces. 3 spider mines once again coming in, massive damage on those Dragoons, but they just about managed to survive. Meanwhile, Go.Go is in an excellent position. He's got a couple of siege tanks out. I'm sure he'll be researching siege mode anytime soon. Robotic support bay, meanwhile, going up for Shuttle, and he's going to just really have one chance to do a little bit of damage to his economy. He's now taking his expansion as well, with only the 1 factory so far. Doesn't seem to have a huge number. Actually, never mind. I take that back. Engineering bay also going up. Doesn't seem to have any turrets, but he should probably get that up in time to fend off the Reavers. And that's really going to be the last chance. And again, I'm curious as to the position of that supply depot at the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Maybe it's just to ward off, just in case his opponent tries to take an expansion. That supply depot is positioned in a way that it might potentially be hidden from a probe planting a nexus and not be spotted. So that could give him a little bit of an advance warning if his opponent does decide to go for an expansion in that position. But there are lots of places on this map, obviously, to expand. Shuttle also getting his observatory down to try and get those observers out to try and push forward to his opponent. But Go.Go is in a prime position. He's got the advantage of the economy. His early attack really paying off for him, committing those SCVs, going for the braver option, and it's paid off for him. And now he's got his defense up in anticipation of his opponent's Reaver drop. A couple of Zealots and Reaver being loaded up now in the Shuttle, obviously not speed upgraded yet, and you would think that he would probably have a few more defenses in place in time. He's also got his Vulture in the position in anticipation of the shortest possible route. Another turret going up. It'll be key to see whether or not this turret can make it in time, and whether that presence of that Vulture causes that Shuttle to slow down a little bit and redirect its route, since he knows that he would have been scouted coming, and he does slow down because he drops a Reaver to kill the Vulture. And I think that little seconds delay has just given that much more time for Go.Go to maneuver his troops around to bring them in anticipation. The turret just goes up. He's got a couple of Marines as well to hammer away at that Shuttle. He's also got a siege tank in place, and if this Shuttle goes down, this is going to be even more disastrous. He drops the 2 Zealots in as well as the Reaver, and I really think it's going to be really difficult for Go.Go to actually escape. Looks like he managed to take out one of the siege tanks. Another Reaver drop going on. SCV's not pulled off the line. The Reaver didn't fire the Scarab the first time. Siege tank pounding away, and the Shuttle now dies, so the Reaver's on its own, and he still hasn't been able to get a shot up into the SCV line. I have to say, it was careless by Go.Go to leave those SCVs in there for such a long period of time. He really took a long time to pull them off the line, but he was lucky in that Shuttle didn't manage to get a Scarab shot off. Looks like he almost dropped the Reaver twice without a single Scarab shot on both occasions. Finally getting the Scarab shot off, not really doing too much damage. So he's lost his Shuttle and Reaver, and things just getting bad to worse. If he was, it's like going from the fridge into the freezer, going from the freezer into the Antarctic without any protective clothing whatsoever for Shuttle, because he's now lost his Shuttle with its Reaver and the 2 Zealots that he committed to the attack and did minuscule damage to his opponent. Maybe killed, I think, one siege tank. Citadel of Adam now going up as well, and it's really just a question of how long now the Terran player takes to close out this game. Obviously the Protoss player will continue to fight, but with this sort of advantage and considering how far behind he is, I really think he's going to really struggle to come back. Observer going down, just scouting around, trying to clear his lines and establish some sort of a perimeter where his opponent isn't